Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's frightening.
Yeah,
And,
I agree.
and you know, I guess I'm making more of a statement than a question, but do you find that that's really challenged in the field? Do you think that there's people out there that really, professionals, I guess, is there more a propensity to see a professional try to get to the diagnosis as opposed to really valuing that therapeutic alliance?
I see professionals who do that, who value the diagnosis as if it means something. And remember that DSM diagnoses are nothing but voted on symptom clusters that have no validity, right? They're not
Yeah.
grounded in anything. We don't even know if they're the right clusters. And they're horribly unreliable, right? That professionals don't agree even after seeing the same
Yeah.
client.
Yeah.
So, and they really, I mean, since techniques aren't where the help is at for us, it's about the relationship, they really don't even determine where talk therapists should go most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no matter what your diagnosis is, here's the treatment plan. Try to get to know the person, try to help them, try to, right,
Mm-hmm.
appreciate their point of view. So I think Rogers was right that the diagnosis is mostly irrelevant. I could talk about a time or isolated instances when it might have some relevance, but largely irrelevant to talk therapists. You could easily imagine a clinic where diagnosis was not conducted and plenty of people were helped. Just right?
And yeah, it's not, and that just fascinates me because, again, I guess I can see where your passion stemmed from, just due to the fact that are we really helping people, or are we really just kind of moving things around and getting people paid and making people feel validated in their profession?
Sure. Well, I have no problem with people getting paid, and I like to get paid myself. But and the way to get paid is to use the DSM. And we talk therapists fought for that right. We fought to diagnose, remember.
Mm-hmm.
We fought to participate in this model, and still are to some extent. When the DSM-3 came out in 1980, and talk therapists were excluded from it, we lobbied to diagnose. We could have said, you know what, we're going to stay out of this. We don't really, diagnosis isn't important to us. We're just going to do our thing here, which may have, many ways, have been a better solution.
Mm-hmm.
But we fought to get there. We're still fighting for more and more reimbursement. I think the problem, and again, I don't have a problem with people getting paid. I think that people forget, the problem is people forget that diagnosis is just a way to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I try to remember, I participate in that system to get paid, but I say something to my clients like, in order for the insurance to cover this, I had to generate this diagnosis, and it's usually the most benign one I can think of. And I say, I want you to know I don't think of you this way, I don't, won't base what we do, I really want to get to know you, but unless you want to pay me out of pocket, this is one of the requirements.
Yeah.
And
well, it's a game you have to play.
It's a game you have to play. Yeah, I think the problem in mental health culture is that many talk therapists forgot it was just a game.
Yeah.
They forgot it was just a game, and they begin to take it seriously.
Yeah, and then you're into identities, and you're into and that it's kind of a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you. I mean, again, I could go on, and I appreciate your patience with some of my roundabout questions.
No, they're great
that's
questions.
Scattered all over the place, but it's so much fun for me to sit down with you and get your thoughts on things, and it also validates some of my own beliefs.
Good.
And it's an exciting field, and it's all about people, and quite often I feel like people that I talk to almost have the answers themselves, and they can almost, so the diagnosis becomes collaborative with the person.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And it's fun, the empowerment part of that process with someone.
Yeah, well, yes, and your instincts, it's sad sometimes, is that your instincts to get to know people, to help them, and to consider them human beings with dignity and not just collections of symptoms. That impulse, I'm so glad it was supported here by Peter and other people you might have encountered, and I'm happy to support it too. I think what's sad is that impulse that you have, which is so good and so helpful, would have been squashed at so many other places. And that's just part of the educational culture that's produced in the kind of technical and medical model.
Yeah.
When students like yourself have really, they have the right ideas, they're directed in the right way and aren't supported. So if I've contributed anything to that, I'm honored. Thank you very much.
No, you've been a tremendous contributor, I should say. You're on the reading list with Rogers and Frankel and all those guys. So it's such an honor to meet you, and I appreciate all your time and your patience with my questions. And thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
That was great. That was fun.
Yeah, I